Hello, guys, and yeah, another podcast. It's been a while, but I mean, it's how life goes. I have with me Lazule.
Hello, what's up? I'm tired right now,
Yeah, very
and
tired.
and I got my monster. Well,
I mean, speaking of monsters, I mean, let's talk a little bit about that.
yeah, I was going to ask you which one of the monsters is your favorite ones, right? And
Yeah,
I assume that the default monster, the green one, is
yeah.
one of your top 10. Okay, top 10 or top 5. I don't remember,
It is
but it
probably
was
in the
kind of like
top 10 because I don't know how many monster drinks I've tasted, but I would
Mhm.
say it probably is in the top 10 because I think
It's really really good. Yeah.
I've probably tasted maybe 12 different types,
Hmm.
and I would say it's probably around, 7, 6, somewhere right there. My favorite one is
Hmm.
probably there's like a tea monster.
Really?
That's
Huh?
that's probably my favorite. And then the second one is the
Just
normal.
tell me the
It's the
just tell me the
sugar-free
colors.
normal one. I
Ah,
don't
okay.
remember the color. Don't remember the color of the can because I probably had it like 2 years ago.
Uh-huh. The sugar-free monster, by the way, is the blue one, right?
Yeah,
Okay, no, I don't like that one. It doesn't has that punch. It doesn't taste that like how do you call that sour, like lemon. Okay, this one, the green one, tastes super lemony. And I like that.
yeah. I don't tend to like sour drinks, especially not
I
lime. I
do.
cannot handle lime drinks. It completely demolishes me. But yeah, I guess that
Anyway,
was
that
the energy drink discussion, or at least the
yeah
monster one.
that yeah that is it for the discussion. So that's all I want to know. So the green one is not your favorite anyway. Um, so I would like to know your Pokemon Let's
Yeah,
Play has been doing very very well because it has a representation of the users, right, that comment in your chat
yeah.
box and all that,
It
and
is
myself as
doing
well.
it is doing a lot better than normal
Then
Let's Plays
normal
on
Let's
my
Plays, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. Focus on Pokemon really. Like that is your jam. Okay, you know a lot about Pokemon already to make really quality content about it, right? Um, Also, I believe that the game is way too easy for you. Okay, like in vanilla, you have to play ROM hacks and so on.
Yeah,
Um,
that is true. And I will say that I was. It is going very well with the bird Pokemon thing. Only using bird Pokemon.
oh, by the way, I gave an idea in your last video for like the next ROM hack that you play. I said that humanoid
Oh yeah,
Pokemons,
like fighting types or something like that. Yeah, yeah, I
which
might
are
do that.
usually fighting types, or because that one is like not original enough, honestly. Unless you use a new favorite Pokemon of mine, which is Pheromosa, I think she's called. Okay, that Pokemon is fighting Bug, I believe.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Pheromosa, yeah.
Yeah, so I will want her on the team if you make like a humanoid Pokemon one. I suggested humanoids, bugs, or cats. Cat
Yeah.
Pokemon will be cool as well.
If I were to do cat, I probably would do like something like cat and dog. I think that would be fun.
Mm.
Like a cat and dog team.
There
Three
is a lot of
cats,
dogs
three
though.
dogs.
I know that it's not a cat, okay, Espion, but he looks kind of like a cat. So I don't know. Maybe you can arrange something.
That's the future
Mhm.
me's problem. Um,
Uh, Also, Altaria. Let's talk about Altaria a little bit
yeah,
because I explained to you in comments that Altaria is basically weaker Salamence, right? And
yeah,
what is your logic with using a body slam instead of earthquake or later on? It's because it makes it fairy, right? Because the mega evolution
yeah. The Mega
makes normal type
Evolution
attack. Yeah.
becomes fairy types, and if I were to set up,
Hmm.
and then they throw in like a flying Pokemon, then like oh god, Atalia can no longer do anything, and I have
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
switch. And I
Yeah.
feel
Exactly.
like if I manage to get the setup then it doesn't really matter if I use like Earthquake or like Body Slam. I feel
Also
like the
because of
extra
this.
damage is so high that you're
Yeah,
gonna
also
one-shot or two-shot everything.
true. But also because of this, hear me out. Like later on, we know already that the Drake fight is coming, right? And he's a
Yeah.
dragon-focused Pokemon master or whatever,
Yeah.
Elite Four champion. And you're going to need the fairy type in that fight. And if
Yeah.
you were to have Earthquake, you will be freaking doomed. Because a lot of his Salamence is going to have a Levitate, for example. And maybe the Flygon that he got and stuff.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows which Pokemons he has exactly? But we know that it's going to be some dragons in there, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna have Mega Salamence. Like that
Yeah,
to me is like what I'm. But I do think Lazule is easily gonna defeat it if I can just get one or two Dragon Dances off.
yeah. Because Megaltari is actually meta as hell. I researched this, and he's extremely good in the meta game. Um, but they use it with Earthquake usually, right? But
Yeah.
like you said, so. By the way, is Body Slam one of the best normal type moves that there are in the game, or what?
Oh, I think at the
Or
moment it is for you. For Lazule, that
okay.
is. Or
Yeah, yeah.
Altaria. Yeah, because maybe you could learn Double Edge, but if I do Double Edge, you get the recoil.
Mm-hmm.
While Body Slam has the chance to paralyze.
Yeah, arguably Body Slam is better because it's more for sustain, right?
Yeah.
It's more for the longer fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, so keep that one, I think.
Yeah.
Cotton Guard, Dragon's Dance, both are really good, by the way. The only problem that I see is that it takes kind of long to set up. Like
Like
it's
it
kind of lame,
takes,
yeah.
I would say, probably a minimum of maybe like 3 or 4 turns minimum,
Yeah.
which is quite long. Which is why, like, I could probably fit Earthquake in if I'd replace Cotton Guard, but then,
But Cotton Guard is so useful though.
yeah.
It has saved your ass, a couple of times.
So it's kind of like, man, it's tough. I think that
Okay,
4 move limit, like, really makes you have to think what to do.
keep it like it is. Keep it like it is. It's working like it is. I really like that you got a shiny
Yeah.
Pidgeot, right? Right, the blonde one.
Yeah.
But the Mega doesn't look that cool, you know. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I do think the regular one looks better than the Mega. Sorry,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
regular one looks better than the shiny.
yeah. In the Mega evolution form, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I'm glad that your Pokemon Let's Play is doing super well. Actually, this leads to the OSTs that are being used for the Let's Play, right? Um, I really like that you used Helix too because it's really good. It's psychedelic rock basically. You should play that game maybe someday. It's an RPG as well, and it has a really original art style to it.
Yeah, I saw it when I was looking for the music. It looks very
Yeah,
trippy.
yeah. It's kind of it's inspired on Airbound and those kind of games,
Yeah.
kind of RPGs, right? They're kind
Should
of
I
weird and
play Helix 1 first? Because I think I
yeah,
saw that
yeah.
Helix 1
You
came out like many years before.
and it's free. You can
Oh, it is
download it for
okay.
free. Yeah,
I might do a
you can
first
play
look.
it. Yeah, you can play it. You can finish it in one sitting, actually. Like in like 2 hours or something like that. You can finish it or less. If you don't intend to get the 100%, right, all the party members and all that, you can finish it in 1 hour.
All right.
Super super short. And it's weird. Like the story is senseless on purpose, by the way, and it's really good. Um, what else? Other games that I've been looking forward to are Hogwarts Legacy, the Harry Potter one. It's been announced and all that. It looks really good, honestly, for a studio that has very few good games on its belt.
No, I
It's
never
super
heard of
good.
it. What is it called? Hogwarts.
Hogwarts Legacy. That's it.
Hogwarts Legacy. I
Because
mean,
I
I've only ever played one or maybe 2 Harry Potter games. I played the one game that I think was for PlayStation 2, which I liked. Don't
uh
remember what it's called. And then I played another one, I think, on the Wii that I thought was terrible.
the the graphics look super good. Like there, I'm sharing a video with you. The graphics look super good, and the OST is sounding really good as well. It's giving me really pretty much Final Fantasy vibes, right? Like I think that the combat system is not going to be that good in Hogwarts Legacy. It's going to be like Assassin's Creed, like freaking a Shadow of Mordor, like and you like that one, I think. You like Shadow of Mordor actually. It's
Yeah.
going to be like Batman Arkham Asylum and shit. So I don't like that combat system a lot because it's way too fucking simple. So I think that these game developers are going to have to carry through the arts. Okay, the arts being music, aesthetics, graphics, right, and the story, right, characters.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were suggesting that the early game of this title should be like, have you ever played Bully Scholarship Edition by Rockstar?
No, but I've seen it. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but
In a school, yeah,
yeah,
kinda. But here's the thing, like Bully has a school system, a class system. You have to go to classes in time, or you get
yeah,
reported, and you have to do like a freaking you have to cut the grass and shit like that. You have to do like extra tasks to make up for your absence in the classes and shit. So I'm hoping that this game is kind of like that, the early game, okay? Not have you go to the class by force, but I hope that there is like a bell that rings in Howard's, right? And it tells you, hey, go to your freaking potion class, go to your herbalist class,
yeah.
go to your
So it is actually like going to Hogwarts.
yeah, exactly, and it will be so fucking good, dude, because it will be so fucking immersive. Also, I would like to develop relationships with the other students of my house, okay, of my common room and stuff. Uh, that will be too ambitious, especially for these developers. This is their first AAA title, okay, their first big game, right? But it's looking super good so far, honestly. Um, and it will be really cool that the NPCs were if the NPCs were not that deep, so you can put personalities in every single NPC in the game. So every single NPC in the game is interactable. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So basically, it doesn't matter to me if they have like three-dimensional personalities necessarily. Okay, only some characters need to have those. Uh, they can make a bunch of characters
Yeah,
interactable, but they have like two-dimensional personalities. It doesn't matter. Okay, like that. They have a trait that they got, like a girl is shy, and
no,
and that's it. That's her personality.
and
Just
there is
shy.
the
The other
funny
one is
one.
the funny one, the tsundere, the this
Yeah,
and that, the kudere, whatever the fuck, and that's it. Because these game developers, Portkey Games, which are unknown by the way, they have very few titles. Um, they have done a game, a Harry Potter game that is like a sim date game, and it was kind of good because it had a Slytherin girl that is called Merula, and she was really popular among the fan base, okay, and even among 4chan B as well, the video game sport, right? So they can do that again. Maybe they can put like the great grandmother of Merula in the game as well as an Slytherin or something like that. It
yeah.
will be really cool.
I mean,
Uh,
I don't know anything about Harry Potter. I have watched all the movies.
but you know the movies, yeah,
I
exactly. I,
don't
I haven't
remember
watched all the
anything.
movies myself. I haven't watched I haven't watched all the movies at all. I just remember like the first five movies, and that's it. Uh,
That's probably
but
more
anyway,
than me, since I don't remember even the first five. But I know I've seen
that
them all, and I would say I thought they were okay, but they didn't leave like a lasting impression on me, since I don't remember anything.
but they left an standing impression on fiction, definitely, because for example, when you go in Elden Ring or Dark Souls even, okay, and you go to a magic academy, I think that J.K. Rowling defined the concept of the magic academy. Do you know what I mean? Like she implemented that in fiction universally. Any fantasy writer that writes like a magic academy is going to be taking inspiration from Hogwarts, kinda. Do you remember like the Duke Archives in Dark Souls 1, right? Where see the scale is
I
the white
remember
dragon.
Set the Scaleless. Maybe, yeah. It was it with the moving, the
Or in the
staircases.
Yeah, exactly. That is
Yeah.
inspiring Hogwarts. That is inspiring Hogwarts, and what about in Dark Souls 3, right? That there is another, um, library that is like a tower and shit.
Mm.
That is as well inspired by Hogwarts and so on. So that is what I'm. That's what I'm trying to say, right? The impact of J.K. Rowling is already there in fiction. In a way, just like Tolkien already defined the standard Dungeons and Dragons universe, right? Which I
Oh
hate,
yeah.
by the way, because
Now when talking about Tolkien, my mom and I has thought about like we're gonna watch the new
series.
series.
Oh, they are so bad, by the way. Well, what I heard, because
Okay.
they put like black elves, okay, for diversity and shit, like black actors, which is not bad, by the way. Like brown elves, like
Yeah.
I
I
told
mean,
you, right?
doesn't bother
Long
me
ago,
at all.
yeah, they are very hot and so on, but it really does not fit Tolkien's universe because Tolkien always defines elves as fair and tall, and it means white skinned, straight hair. The hair color varies, from black to blonde and white, I believe, and that's it. Like that. That's the only thing. But they are white men, pretty much. White men with pointy ears and without beards.
Well,
Uh, but and anyway, a commentary that I want to make on Tolkien, okay, is that Tolkien is good and all. I think that he was good as hell 60 years ago, when he was new and relevant, right? But now he has defined fantasy in such a way that his colleges, to call it like that, right? Like his the people that get inspired by Tolkien are making really boring cookie cutter worlds, right?
yeah.
Like Dungeons and Dragons and so on. Like there is no originality in fantasy anymore because of two things, okay? Because of Tolkien, number one, and because of the thing that Tolkien was inspired by, okay, which is Nordic mythology. Nordic mythology is stagnating fantasy extremely fucking hardcore. They need to go to somewhere else, to Arabic mythology, to freaking Asian mythology, something else. They need to pick up something else, which is what I'm doing, okay, in the fictional universe that I was creating and so on. More on that later, by the way. What were you wanted to say something? What was that about the Lord of the Ring series on Netflix or whatever, Amazon Prime?
Yeah. Just that my mom and I plan on watching it, then maybe we'll do like a video like we did on Made in Abyss, where we just talk a
Ah,
little
okay.
what we thought. I'm gonna try
That
and
will
get
be
my mom to
that will
do
be really
that.
good. Because I do plan on watching the series as well, Andreas,
Hmm.
and they're going to ruin it. By the way, they're going to ruin the uh, Lord of the Ring franchise, kinda, with that
I don't
bullshit.
know,
Because
like after The Hobbit, how much do you have to ruin? Because I thought
no,
the first
that
Hobbit movie was okay. I actually
I agree.
liked
I
the
agree.
first Hobbit movie. But then number two and three was so miserable. I would just had a terrible time watching them.
I don't hate them, but they go into fan service and into their ridiculous. Okay, I
And
do
I
agree with
just
that.
think they're bad
For example,
movies.
they put
I
Legolas.
mean, hating, no.
Yeah,
I don't think I hate any type of entertainment, truly. Like, to me, feeling hatred to.
but waste of time do exist though.
Yes,
You can waste your
that's
time with
what I felt
entertainment.
like. It is a waste of time, and it was bad.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I kind of agree. It can get worse, by the way. I believe that the Netflix series are going to be worse, Andres. And that is because they are trying to exploit a franchise. They're trying to milk it the fuck off, okay, until it's fucking done. And I bet that the series is not even going to have a conclusion. Okay, it's going to end on a cliffhanger.
Most
Uh,
likely. I mean, they want to
Most
set
likely.
up more seasons.
Yeah, that's it. That is the problem with the TV industry, right? Uh, and with movies, at least you have a finale, always, usually, right?
Usually,
And yeah, usually.
unless they have planned it. I mean, for example, Dune. Do you see the new Dune movie?
No, I didn't watch it, and I
Yeah,
really
it
don't care much
ends
about it.
the way
People say that it.
it is actually pretty good. It's pretty good, but
I heard that the original one is better, but
the
what can
original one
you do?
is much funnier. I don't know if I would say it's
Mm,
better. Well, it's more entertaining,
mm,
and it's a lot more funnier. it has a lot more like charm to it because of
And also, and also, people complain about that fucking pretty boy. Okay, the Timothy Chalamet, whatever the fuck he's called. He only looks at the screen and does like faces and shit. He almost never speaks. He's just like a silent protagonist in some way, right? Or am I wrong?
I think he speaks decently well. I mean, he doesn't speak as much. Like he doesn't speak like
Hmm.
constantly, but I do feel like he speaks when he needs to. It isn't like
Hmm.
like I when I watch it, I didn't feel like, oh come on, say something. No, he speaks when he has to speak.
But he's there. I'm saying that he's there for sex appeal for a young woman. That's it.
I
You
don't
know.
think so. I mean, sure, he's a good-looking guy, but I don't think it's just that's just the. I don't think that's the case.
Hmm. Well,
Uh,
it is what it
but the
is.
problem I have with the movie, when it ends, you're like, oh wait,
Hmm.
the movie's over because it ends like it felt like it's in the middle of the movie. It didn't.
Yep.
It didn't have an ending. It wasn't even a cliffhanger. It was just the movie ends. You're like, wait, what?
That's so lame. Supposedly, the story of Dune is based on Islam, by the way, on Prophet Muhammad and shit like that, and
I
some
mean,
some crap.
maybe. I mean, it does have a lot of Middle Eastern inspiration,
Mhm.
pre-Islamic, I'd say, maybe like early.
That's my point. Okay, supposedly the main character is like Muhammad, bringing Islam to the Middle East and so on. Something like that. I have heard. Um, what else I was gonna tell you? Yeah, we can jump to the other topic, the fictional world that I was creating. Remember that I was explaining all that shit to you?
Yeah, I remember. I remember,
Yeah. So
and the pixel art you did.
yeah. So I haven't continued that shit. Okay, I made another pixel art, right, of Kimberly. She's called, or Kim. That's it. Another black character. I'm going to post the art later. So basically, I was bored, right, and I was making like a ROM hack of Fire Emblem, and I generated a world in some website that is called Alzar Fantasy World Maker, something like that. You can Google it, and it generates a world for you, right, with lore and everything. But the good parts of the lore, I made them myself. And what else? So I was explaining to you how I wanted to a more unique world that is more based on a cold desert, right? Like the Gobi Desert, like the north of China. And in that desert is where this story of the Fire Emblem Rom Hag is going to take place, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a war between Blumia and Aleluin. Those two countries are called, right? And here in this world, the star color that they believe in religiously has uh, it implies your political affiliation pretty much. So it's like blue star versus red star, okay, like the red star of blood and shit, and the blue crystal star. And I told you that I didn't want humans to have protagonism in this story because that is generic. Everyone is doing that shit. I'm making an alien species that is inspired on Pheromosa from Pokemon, right? Kinda. With 4 arms and shit. They have the same intelligence as the quote unquote humanity in this world.
Yeah,
But
so humanity still exists. Or do you
no,
plan
no,
on
no,
doing
no,
something like no humans at all? Maybe like,
no. They are really not humans because here's the thing. Uh, Us as readers, as readers of a story, of any fiction, we relate to humanity. We always going to
yes.
relate to humanity. So of course I put quote unquote humans into the story because because otherwise the player is not going to be able to relate to the story, okay, in some way. You still can, arguably, of course, but I want it to be more personal, okay. So so yeah, but it is not really humanity. Supposedly these alien species that are based on Pheromosa from Pokemon, the what did I call them? Ephelians, okay, because Ephel means infinite in their language, and they have scientific elites, right, like alchemists and so on, and they created a mimic. I already told you about this, And I was thinking that was a really interesting idea. That is an idea that Elden Ring had kinda, but they didn't exploit it. They didn't made it like that. Okay, like I made it. When I saw the idea kinda in Elden Ring, I was like, that was such a wasted opportunity, because in Elden Ring humanity is real. In the world that I'm creating for this ROM hack, humanity is not real. They are actually mimics. Okay, doing mimetism to take the form of humans.
And then I guess we're gonna find out why. Is it
It
gonna be
was
like
no.
humans
It was
used to exist and that's why, or is it just a
no.
coincidence that they look like humans?
It's a coincidence. It's a
Alright.
coincidence. Humans in this planet, humans never fucking existed. It was more because the scientific elites created the mimic, right? To have slaves, pretty much. Humans don't have protagonism in here. Most of the leaders of the leadership of the countries that exist in this universe are going to be Ithilians. Okay, they're going to be like the aliens. And anyway, so long ago, the scientific elites created the mimic, and the mimic, by mimicking Ithilian society, okay, that by mimicking the scientific elites, they developed into humanity. Okay, they developed a human form, because because Ithilians are kind of humanoid. Okay, they are more like bug looking and shit, but they are kind of humanoid. They have like two legs, they have extremities, etc.
Yeah.
Right. So it was a mimicry of that, right? So that's how humanity happened. Now, I also made another species, quote unquote. Almost all species come from mimicry, actually, because you can really make a universe out of mimicry alone, pretty much. That is the good part. Um, and these other species that I made are like they don't have an official name, okay, but they are like monkey men. They are like monkeys, and those ones are like a previous form stuck in a previous mimicry of this mimic blob that the Philians created. Those will be like that is like humanity, quote unquote, without civilization, without the reference of Ithilian civilization. They develop into monkeys. Their development gets stunted. You know what I mean? So they become like monkey men, and they are violent and they are savage and shit. Basically, they look like
They're like the typical fantasy barbarian horde.
no, they look like the Homo habilis, like that, or the previous form of the Homo habilis. They don't look like the Homo sapiens. Okay, so yeah, so that was a concept that I had, and also I want to put a tribe, like in a forest, right? Kind of inspired by Native Americans, which are quote unquote humans, okay, mimics that they believe in animism, right? They worship animal spirits and whatnot and shit. That is their fate, and somehow they believe that because of their fate, they can turn into werewolves, into werbeasts, okay, werebears, whatever the fuck, okay. They can get limbs from other animals that they observe in nature, and they believe that it's because of fate, but not
Instead
really. It's
of the
because
fact
of
that they're just mimics.
instead of the fact that they are just using mimicry
Yeah.
to transmutate into that. But they are not aware of that. They believe that it's their fate. I don't want magic to exist in this universe. It's all science. Everything has to be science. That's why it's a low magic universe, actually. I don't want like spells like thunder and fire and that bullshit. Like I want to have knights, right? From the era of gunpowder, by the way, because there were knights
Yeah.
that used gunpowder.
Yeah, but
So I want.
when you're gonna do this into the gameplay now, like, okay, that is the story element.
It's going to be really hard to implement that.
When it comes to the gameplay, like, are you gonna do it that you're gonna replace, the magic? Like, for example, if you're
Yes,
doing a ROM hack, so
with
instead of
guns.
you're gonna just rename like thunder into, I don't
Yeah,
know, like
into
12
rifle or flame.
millimeter shot, something like that, like.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and
Uh,
then the
that
bows are gonna become regular.
there are going to be bows.
Okay.
The rich people are the ones that have rifles. Like the commoner will still use bows and shit.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
it's not going to be the mimics, the humans. Okay, they are not that far into the future. That is the Philians.
All
The
right. So
Philians can produce can produce assault rifles and shit. But the problem is that the Philians, where this story takes place, are very far from their civilization. They haven't colonized all the planet yet. So they are attempting to colonize the rest of the planet with their civilization and shit, and they are using mimics to do it, right? Like the human mimics, and the human mimics haven't progressed to the level of civilization of the Philians yet. So that's why they have to use like more medieval weaponry and shit. Also, the mimics, by the way, are obviously fertile. Okay, they fuck, they have children like humans and shit. Blah blah blah. They don't know why. They believe that they're that certain species. It's very that way, honestly. So yeah, like you said, like replace the magic system with rifles or with flamethrowers and stuff. That would be a good idea, by the way. But that will require some animation, okay? Because I have to do like the attack animations in Fire Emblem, right? Which are frame by frame. They're not really that freaking difficult to do, but to make them like quality, yes, okay. So they are going to be a bit wonky, I guess. I'm not sure, but I'm going to see what I do, or maybe I have to pay somebody to make a commission or something. Uh, but yeah, yeah, it's frame by frame and all that. Okay, for the attacks, for the criticals, you only need an attack, a critical, and a dodge, and that's it.
All right. Yeah.
Which ain't like. Also, I chose Fire Emblem because Fire Emblem is a simple game. It's pretty much a visual novel with a chess-like gameplay on top, right? And that's it. That's all it is, and the super effectives, right?
Yeah, and it works. Like
Yeah, yeah, it works. It works super
it's a
well,
true and tested format.
which is simple to do. Okay, I have an editor that is called Fire Emblem Editor. That's it, like Fee Editor, and it edits ROMs. And right now I'm editing Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, and you can make maps on it and all that shit. It's really not that complicated, but it is time consuming, and you
Yeah.
need to be inspired. You need to be inspired, or it's going to be generic. There is a lot of generic ROM hacks of Fire Emblem at the moment. A lot of generic, like all of them have magic, freaking yeah, the typical lord guy, like Ike or something like that fights, like, for his friends and shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
But
format that works, and I mean, sometimes I also think that sometimes it's comfortable just doing a thing that
but
you know and genericism, even if it's
yeah,
different, because it is generic, but it isn't the same. So,
yeah, but I don't want to do like
oh no, no,
extreme
I'm not
freaking
saying that's what you
generic
should
fantasy.
do,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
completely understand why people do it.
It's less time consuming, I guess. Well, actually, a lot of people on the internet are not really inspired, honestly. But it is what it is. Um, I was gonna tell you, like, I wanted to replace the horses by like a bird slash dinosaur species that look like the dinosaurs recreated, quote unquote, realistically, right? I wanted those to be the mounts, but that is too much work. Is going to have to use horses, honestly,
Yeah.
which is fine. It's
Yeah,
fine,
it's
honestly.
that is probably for the best because I don't really like the Jurassic Park dinosaurs that always is being used. Like I
Hmm.
think dinosaurs with the feathers and all that, the thing that
But
we
but
now
but
know,
uh-huh.
I think that's much cooler. If you're gonna do
Yeah, yeah.
dinosaurs, use the updated scientific, like we know that T Rexes now
Supposedly
had
updated, yeah.
feathers, right?
It's a theory, but sure, you know, we're still not 100% sure because the bones of the dinosaurs are incomplete. By the way, they just have like they make guesses, okay, to complete the skeletons, pretty much. We only have like
No,
the
I
skull
mean,
of the
haven't they found
pterosaurus.
like follicles, like
They
feather
have found like
follicles?
yes, around some dinosaurs,
Yeah.
not all, like Velociraptor, for example. What I'm making is like a scaled up Velociraptor. I will want that to be a mount, pretty much. But whatever, okay. Because I really like when mounts are birds. Actually, I like when they don't use mounts that are horses, like Final Fantasy, for example, with the Chocobo, or Ragnarok Online with the Pico Pico. It's called. So yeah, that is a concept that I got. Also, it takes place in a cold desert, like I told you. I already showed you the map. Yeah, and that's it. Also, the war is really about resources. They, the propaganda of each country says that it's because of, oh my God, the nation, or it's because of a religious war and shit, right? Or
Yeah,
their
at the
families, or
end of the
whatever the
day,
fuck,
it's just
or
resources, like all wars.
yeah, yeah, and their economic systems and so on, right? Um, so what Blumia wants, the nation that represents the Red Star, they want the blue lava volcano that Aleluin has. Okay, around the mountains, hidden and stuff. That only the Aphelians know that it's there, right? And they use its energy, its thermal energy. So the war is over thermal energy, pretty much, to develop a civilization, right? It's a civilizational resource. So that was my idea. Uh, so yeah, and also the villain is going to be Santana. It's called, and he's going to be in contrast with the main character because inside the story I want to explore the topic of Christian morality, like the flaws. I want to make a critique of Christian morality in some instances, right? Um, because, for example, just like Nietzsche, actually, like the philosopher, um because, for example, when you have an enemy that is really fucking dangerous and you don't kill him because we're submitting to Christian morality that oh, God will judge them, after that and shit. Like you're not doing a favor to the current existing population, right? Like humanity, whatever the fuck. So you gotta fucking take a stance, okay? You gotta put your religion aside and your personal morality aside, and just fucking kill him. That is the correct choice. Um, and the villain Santana has like a really dark conception of God because his life was complete shit. When he was young, his family got fucking. I want the villain to have his family killed by a war crime, by the way, and then the military that killed his family recruits the young boy, right? Him as a young boy into the military. So they put him to work pretty much like fucking 20 hours a fucking day, okay? Into fucking military boot camp and shit to make him a really good soldier, from youth. And that he used to have friends and shit. The military doesn't let him have friendships anymore. Just his training, and that's it. And so he develops a concept that God uh, is not a being that makes your dreams come true or helps you out in life. Instead, God is like a tyrant that strips you away of everything that you own, that you like, that you freaking love. So I want that to be in contrast with my main character, uh, and I want to have a part in the game. I'm going to spoil it to you. I don't care. And that he kills are your
I mean, I will say this is a lot of information coming up now, like a ton of information, and
no, yeah,
like
of
not a
course.
lot of it is sticking.
Okay, don't worry about it. So I want the main villain in this short story to kill your entire party in Fire Emblem. This will trigger a lot of ROM hack players and shit. I don't give a fuck. I care more about the writing than, oh my god, I leveled up this character and then he's killed and shit. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'm trying to fucking make a fucking statement, okay, on Christian morality and shit. And I'm trying to drop a fucking message, a really fucking philosophical, profound message. So yeah, I'm going to kill the whole fucking party, and you're going to have to rebuild it. Okay, you're going to have to in mid game. I want you to get fucking used to another fucking party.
All right, mid
That
game.
yeah. So why am I killing all the party? Because the problem with Fire Emblem was pretty much the save system. A lot of people when they play Fire Emblem,
You
they
know, safe
metagame.
scumming. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they do save scums. They don't want their fucking units to die, and the story becomes different when they die, right?
Yeah,
The whole experience becomes different when they because permadeath is enabled in Fire Emblem.
yeah.
In the new ones, you can turn it off and shit, blah 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 blah. Okay, whatever. In this one, it exists, but you can save scum. I cannot get rid of the save scum system. So what I'm going to have to do is like by a script, everybody fucking dies at some point in the game. Why? Because I want to make an argument. I want the main character to go soft on the villain mid game, to want to fucking arrest him or whatever. Okay, not
And
kill
then
him,
that bites
which is
him
a
in the
fucking mistake.
ass and
Yeah,
kills everyone.
which is a fucking mistake because he leads you into a trap and shit, and your whole fucking unit gets fucking destroyed. And then he fucking learns the lesson right there, that he went too soft and he was fucking stupid and shit. And I want an Ephelian that is called Dave, that is going to be kind of inspired on David Bowie and shit. He's going to be kind of like a rock star. But he's going to be inside an armor because I don't want to make like a whole model of an Ephelian. It will be kind of hard. Uh, so I want that guy to be like a guy that is an atheist. He's going to be an alien that is an atheist. By the way, Ephelians are some are religious and some don't believe in God. By the way, it depends. Just like humans in society, pretty much.
Yeah.
That some are believers and some are not. So he is an atheist and he believes in a he has a very animalistic view of life. He believes in might makes right, pretty much, and that's it. Like a very Nietzschean view of life. So he will encourage the main character to just kill the fucking enemies that he has. Just kill him straight up, and not to be merciful to them. It's a fucking war, you know. He has to fucking survive, and he has to do the fucking job, and that's it. And yeah, those are like the kind of the concepts that I'm playing with, pretty much. It's going to be more elaborate later, but yeah, yeah, that's it. Like, talk about your weight loss
I
because
mean,
you dropped
like, oh
to
god,
1.6.
okay, like, whew, that was a topic. Um,
So yeah, let's move on from topic.
yeah,
It's
I
really
was
it's
gonna
really
say
not relevant.
something. When you said, the Hogwarts Legacy, you
Yeah,
said it was kind of like maybe Assassin's Creed, whatever. Actually, I
the
have been
combat. Yeah.
playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey
Uh
um,
huh. Have you
the
been recording it,
last
by the way?
week or two.
Uh huh.
It's the one that is set in Greece, ancient Greece,
Yeah, I
and
know. I know.
I'm actually having fun with it. So far, I actually really like that you get to choose to be a female or male. I don't know how much different the game is depending on if you choose a male or a female. Um,
They say that the story is a little bit better with the woman
it is,
in that
yeah,
one.
because I chose the man on my first
Uh,
one.
usually in games where you go way too physical, I also choose men, because men use their muscles and their reflexes, and women use magic and shit. That's how I go in games. If it's like kind of an RPG and I get to do if it's possible to make a magic build or use guns, really, I can go female. If it's a very melee oriented build, I go as a man. That's it.
Yeah, for
That's why
me,
role playing.
I don't tend to think that way myself. For me, it's mostly like, okay, how does the character look? Uh, but I also decided to go male because it was,
Mhm.
ancient Greece, um,
Yeah, and
you
it's a
know,
lot about the masculine heroism, like Alexander the
yeah,
Great and so on. Yeah.
and all that. And I'm into the
Also,
point in the game where, like, oh, all right, I actually really like that they still brought the female character into the story. That she's, the
mhm.
Deimos, like kind of like your adversary, like the lead, not the leader, but a member of a cult. And so the character you don't choose, if you choose a male, the female becomes a member of the cult, and if you choose a female, the male become the member of the cult.
like May and Brandon, in Pokemon. Brandon, whatever the fuck he's called.
Yeah, yeah, like that. So
They
it's
still appear. Uh-huh.
so, and actually, I like the sailing. I kind of wish there was a little bit more. Like, I don't like how they're doing. Like, they're using the words Malaka a ton. Which basically it just means like idiot or whatever, it's like that. They're like speaking English and all of a sudden Malaka. Like, okay, it makes
Yeah,
sense a
it's kind of
little
cringe, right?
from time to time, but it's constant all the time. Like
Yeah,
like if you're gonna use that, use more Greek. You know, like I don't mind if
I agree. I know how you feel because I see it in American games sometimes that they use Spanish and they use fucking really fucking corny words. Okay, in
Yeah.
Spanish, like I don't know, they use pendejo too much, and it's fucking stupid, right? It's which means stupid. It's the same. Like it means like retard and shit. So it's the same fucking shit, and yeah, it gets old really fucking fast. I agree that it can be cringe. I heard really bad things about that game, by the way. But if you're having fun, you're fucking having fun. Are you recording it, by the way?
No, I'm not. I'm just playing it on my own.
Ah, okay, it's good. You can immerse yourself that way more.
Yeah.
Um, well, you already told me the games that you have played. Any other game besides Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
Um, Not new. Other than that, it has just been, Pokemon Inclement Emerald. So
Ah, okay.
that's pretty much all for me. Do you have anything you have been playing?
Oh yeah, I've been playing this game called Remnant of the Ashes, which is like Dark Souls,
Oh
but set
yeah,
like in a
with guns,
Lovecraft
right?
with guns, and it's really good actually, and it's based on a Lovecraftian world and shit. I played that game because I wanted inspiration for my idea actually, because it also includes aliens and shit and all that. Uh, I think that it has a really interesting idea. There is a species early on of three people that are like trees, like three parasites
Yeah.
that came to invade Earth, and they conquered Earth. Okay, pretty much they infected Earth with their seeds and whatnot, and they made humanity go underground and take refuge and all that. And in the game, you discover these crystals that teleport you to other planets. And in one of the planets, won a war against that invading species of the three people that the root, they are called the root, and that won against the root, but they had to fucking nuke their own fucking planet to the fucking brim. Their planet became a fucking desert because they fucking nuked it to the hell and back, okay, to win that war. And I like that idea. Okay, it was like a self-destruct solution, pretty much, to their problem. They got rid of the invading species by destroying their own fucking soil, pretty much. And their alien species now became mutants. They started mutating because of their radiation of the planet and all that shit.
And
And
that's
basically, there's
also why they invaded Earth, I guess, to find another place to live.
no. I'm talking about two different species.
Oh, I thought, okay, yeah, I thought
Yeah,
it was, the
in
species, the root people nuked their own
that
planet
no.
against Earth.
The root people come from a fucking another fucking dimension. Who the fuck knows? Okay, in the game, I haven't had that revealed exactly, but they come and they invade planets with other life forms, and they conquer them and shit, and they make everything into their root system that is like a hive mind. That's what they want. They want everything to be one single entity or some shit like that, all consciousness, and and they invaded Earth. They planted their fucking seeds in there and shit, and humanity is losing that war, yeah, in the game. But you can teleport to other planets to find answers about how to solve the problem. And one of the solutions seems to be nuking the fucking planet because another planet did it and they won against the root people. And it's a planet that looks very human actually. The mutants in there look like kind of humanoid. They are like in an ex cyberpunk era. Their civilization fucking had a fucking reset, because of the nukes pretty much.
Yeah,
But they were in the cybernetic post cybernetic era, pretty much. They have
because
cyborgs and
probably
so
there
on,
was
and they have artificial life forms as well that they make with some black slime thingy.
something
But
heavy
it is
damage.
really interesting. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, so this.
And it's about the outer gods and Lovecraftian elements and stuff. And that's been interesting. Okay, and I'm going to play after this talk actually. And
Okay.
that's it. Do you want to talk about weight cutting or?
Yeah, I'm down to 104.5 kilos now. So this
Nice.
month I've lost around 3 kilos, which
Keep on
is
with that.
around 11 pounds.
Hmm.
I think somewhere around there, like 3 times 2.5.
It's all about sticking to the diet.
Yeah,
Just stick to
and
the diet. Stick to the diet.
yeah, and it was after like talked to my dietitian late last month, and
Hmm.
recommended a keto,
Yeah.
and my mom and I have been on, like, we bought like a 6 month plan from like an app, like a keto cycle app that we're following because we felt like we probably need help with keeping, like a strict, like food schedule. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think we can do it ourselves. You know, if the easier we make it, the higher the probability of us continuing it. Because if we had
Hmm.
to think about every recipe, we probably would default back to, bad stuff.
Hmm.
And it's going well now. I will say I did fuck up today. We're gonna do like a little bit of a treat, like a keto sweet. We're gonna do like a
Hmm.
chocolate cake, a keto chocolate cake. And I accidentally added double the amount of coconut flour, so
Hmm.
it became terrible. So
You have to eat like a half less
yeah,
then, and leave the rest in the fridge or something. So you said that your goal is like 95. You want to go down to 2 digits. I would say that your goals should be 2 digits more than anything else. Okay, 99. Okay.
yeah. I mean, my goal for this year is 95, but my overall goal, weight loss goal, is to go down to 80.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Then when
hear.
I am at
You're saying.
80, I'll decide, you know what, how do I feel? Do I feel like I want to be a little bit thinner, maybe 75? Or do I feel like I
Mm-hmm.
want to gain a little bit of weight up to 85? I think going to 80 gives me, a range to go up and down a few kilos.
Yes. Yeah. By the way, how do you feel right now? Do you feel more flexible? Are you capable of more motion, or you feel pretty much the
I don't
same?
really feel that much of a difference yet because I
Mm-hmm.
still am obese, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so far I haven't really felt, and I'm pretty sure the most of the weight I've lost early on is probably just water weight.
Yeah.
So have to wait and see how that goes.
I I have a friend that is really tall, like 195 centimeters, like which would mean like 6 6'5", I believe,
Yeah,
inches.
my dad
He's
was
super
that
tall.
tall.
Jesus Christ. And but he's very fat. Okay, he's obese right now, and he wanted to lose weight, but and I told him, like, do you want to go to the gym? We can do boxing, for example, because you do a lot of cardio. You burn a lot of calories with boxing, and I like combat sports pretty much. I like kicking the bags, especially.
And you also learn a
Uh,
skill.
yeah, exactly. So, but he hasn't wanted to go really. Like he's still very lazy. So I believe that he's going to have trouble with that if he's not committing that much. And he can do sports. He's not like you that he gasses out. Okay, like super quickly. He doesn't lose his breath that quickly. He can actually do sports kind of. But anyway, I'm going to see what develops from
Yeah,
there
and that's
because
the
I would
thing
like
about
to
weight loss.
get
Weight
back.
loss is very easy. It's actually easy, but
Hmm.
getting the motivation, like, it's physically easy, but mentally hard.
Yeah, it's a discipline. It is a discipline. That's it. Uh, so yeah, so that's pretty much it. My friend also got like like he called it like a pre-cardiac arrest or something like that. His blood pressure got super high because of his weight right now
Oh yeah,
and shit. And the nutrologist told him that he has to fucking take
yes,
this shit
stop
seriously.
being fat.
Yeah, stop fucking being fat, pretty much. Uh, but I don't know, man. Until he commits to training, we should really go through it.
There's nothing anyone else can do. I mean,
Yeah, it's on him pretty much. That's all I'm saying. And he has a lot of potential also to get really fucking strong because he has a really tall height genetically. So that's something, right? Because size does matter. By the
yeah,
way, it does
it
matter.
does.
But it's not the only thing that matters. Obviously, skill. More than the most important thing in a fight is your cardio, your ability to last a lot of rounds, for example. Or well, it depends because a real life fight can go to the ground really quickly. It depends. It's a lot of variables. But cardio matters a lot. Okay, your air. How do you manage your air? So yeah, that's pretty much it for this topic, I guess, for the weight loss. Let me get another one. I was going to ask you, is adrenaline your favorite, by the way? Because you done other treatments before, right? Like testosterone, for example.
Yeah, I
But
haven't done testosterone. It was something that I were thinking about. You know, the fact that I had
Mm,
low testosterone and all that. I haven't done a testosterone test for I don't know how long now.
I don't think that you have to because first of all, you seem that you have a lot of testosterone because you have a full beard and stuff, and also uh, testosterone is more for people that go to the gym, right? It's almost it's kind of anabolic, like steroids, a little bit.
Yeah, but if you had low, I mean, for example, I
Uh-huh.
I mean the three tests I've done, I had very low early on. They didn't tell me.
Uh-huh.
Then I did another test. We
Well,
didn't do tests specifically for
uh-huh.
testosterone. It was just something I took, and then the doctor said, "Oh wait, you have low testosterone." So, oh wait, I do.
But
Uh,
testosterone is supposed to vary. It varies depending on your day and your diet and everything. Eh?
yeah. So I did another test,
Uh-huh.
and ended up it was low, and then did another test, and this is over a period of time. It's not just
Okay.
and
The
then it
more
was
protein
like,
you consume, the more testosterone you're going to produce. But
and then it was like,
keep in
oh
mind
okay,
one.
it's low, it's okay, but it's on the low
Mhm.
end of okay. But I mean, a lot of people with my due to the fact that I have inflammation in the bone marrow,
Uh-huh.
like testosterone to get lower testosterone from that because it's the defense mechanism of the body to try and conserve energy. So you tend to get
Testosterone can testosterone can help with the bone marrow maybe and maybe with muscle like reparation, right? Uh,
but I actually
more,
have
more,
a ton of muscle. It like people wouldn't think that way, but somehow I still have a lot of muscle in my body. Like I haven't atrophied, and it probably has the fact that my muscles are constantly contracted. My muscles are, especially when I sleep and all that, my muscle like they're contracting, without me, and then it hurts a fuck ton. But I guess I'm kind of like getting like some type of exercise without doing anything.
yeah, like you're sleeping flexing pretty much. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, but I'm not controlling it. It's just it happens, and then
Yeah.
sometimes it can keep for like an hour, and then it starts hurting like so much.
Um, but yeah, also keep in mind another thing, okay? An excess of testosterone, if you do that proceeding, okay, the problem is that you can go bald earlier because
Yeah,
when you have too much testosterone, you just go bald and your beard grows longer. So if you choose to do that treatment, do it in moderation, obviously.
yeah,
Only what you
yeah.
need.
I
That's it.
mean, the thing that they were thinking of, because I mean, I'm
Hmm.
only gonna do this when the doctor also, I low testosterone because, I mean, I don't have like that low,
Hmm.
but it could be like, oh, maybe if you had like a very very low testosterone level, maybe it would help. Now we're doing the adrenaline because it seems like the testosterone thing probably wasn't the right thing to do. I mean, so far the adrenaline maybe it's helping a little bit. I would say I'm having better sleeps. I think it's easier to sleep with the extra adrenaline.
That's weird because it should be more for like for waking up, don't you think?
No. Adrenaline, like your body, when you do go to sleep, it does use up adrenaline. Like it triggers certain
Okay, I see.
hormones and all that. And to keep myself asleep also help. And this is also two different types of adrenaline. It's adrenaline and noradrenaline. It's the two types. So yeah, guys, that was the end of the podcast. I have no idea how this end is actually gonna end up being because of the break that I took and all that. And I mean, we're both super fucking tired. But yeah, it was an okay, I would say. Like I feel like it has been an okay podcast, which is fine. It's good getting these out from time to time.
Yeah, it has an okay length. I don't like when podcasts are more than 1 hour, for example, because I feel like most people don't watch it in its entirety after like 1 hour or something. So that's why I want to cut it out here. And next time maybe we do politics. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not really that necessary anyway. So yeah, like take care, guys, and bye bye.
Goodbye.